Hello, I'm BOGART, and I have been a club member since 1976, the year of the bicentennial. We got the car out of restoration. We made a mistake of not joining the club until we got the car done. And it was very hard to have knowledge of what needed to be done when you weren't a club member. So I say to anybody out there, if you have a car, join the club and find out what you need to do. And I want to introduce you to someone who was instrumental in us joining the club and getting very involved.
Oh, yes. I'm Nettie Eller. I've known Roe and Matt for, well, ever since they joined the club. And we became very good friends through the years. Well, let's see. We've done a lot of chasing around, running down ideas to where to have meets and so forth. And I've been very instrumental in running meets because I feel like the smaller meets, people get better acquainted. And that's what makes the friendships in the club. And we've thoroughly enjoyed it.
We followed each other to Auburn every year. And one year they would break down all the way across Ohio, and another year we would break down all the way across.
Oh, I have pictures of you guys. I've got pictures of Matt in my raincoat in the rain repairing a car. Here he is in shorts and my raincoat's coming down. I've got some really good shots for that.
And how long have you been a member of the club?
Since 1962.
And tell them about all the offices you've held.
I've held all of the offices in the club. But treasurer very shortly. Just to fill in. And other than that, all the rest of the offices I've been.
And can you tell us how many ACD cars have been in your possession over the years?
It's hard to name. There've been an awful lot of them. Most of them have been, well, all of them have been AUBURNs.
Well, no, Kenny owned a DUESENBERG.
Well, yes,
Kenny
right.
told me he's the only person he knows that lost money on a DUESENBERG.
That's right. Kenny had a DUESENBERG when I married him. He paid $6,500 for it. One-of-a-kind hotel speedster. And he sold it for $5,000.
And cried all the way to the bank.
No, he was very unhappy with that car.
And which car was your favorite? Ramblin' Rose?
The Ramblin' Rose.
And what do you enjoy about the club?
I enjoy the friendships I've made through the club, the people that become family to me. I have people in the club that are closer to me than my family, literally.
Okay, and can you tell us your most memorable experience while driving in it?
My trip to the West Coast. We let it go from shore to shore.
And what were you riding in?
We were riding in the 1935 Auburn Cabriolet, the Ramblin' Rose. Everybody knows the Ramblin' Rose. And we tried to take it easy on the trip. We left Auburn and took 2 weeks to get out to California, or get out to Seattle. And we were going for the Rainbow Falls meet. And so they had planned a lot of things for us to do while I got there, and we went fishing and so forth, and that's another story. But it was fun. It was fun. We tried to pick motels that were out of the way, since it was a big chain outfit, because we felt the car would be safer. But we had some really, really good experiences on that. The people were just extra happy to accommodate. And one time we went out, we were there, and the woman called the police. She wanted extra security around her motel because we were there. And I said, well, that's okay, but she didn't tell us until the next morning. She brought the kids out to see the car before we left. And the kids got in the rumble seat, and they thought that was wonderful that they could do that. She said, well, I wanted them to see what a real car looked like. So we did. We let them have. And then another place we'd been up on the mountains, we came down, the car was all dirty and filthy, and we came down and in a little village and where we had a motel. We wanted to wash the car. And they gave us all the rags to clean the car with, and the shampoo, everything, just there. And the kids were coming by, they were looking at the car, and one of them said, "How much is the car worth?" I said, "Oh, whatever, and get some nut to pay you for it." And, well, you must be very rich to have a car like that. And I said, "Well, I don't know. If I was very rich, I wouldn't have to be washing it, would I?" And they got that kind of through their head, that, well, okay, they're just not normal, ordinary people. We had a lot of fun. It's just little things like that.
I tell people we were rich before we bought the car.
Well, I hadn't heard that one, but that's another good idea. But interesting enough, we took the car to Seattle, and we decided we were going to go to the coast with it, and so we drove all the way up to the coast. And coming back, they were interviewing us at various places, and women were not very welcome. I'd have to say that. And they didn't want no part of me with the car or anything. I said, "But the car's mine." She said, "Well, that's okay. We want to get your husband involved." And I said, "That's fine. That's fine." But so it was interesting that you run into those kind of aspects in the
Yes.
club. And I was the first woman president of the club.
That's right.
I got the Woman of the Year. Bill Child started that, and that was fun. And I was the first Woman of the Year, first woman president, first woman board member.
Yeah. You're first everything.
No,
Not quite Adam or Eve.
no, not quite. It was fun. I mean, it's been a fun life.
Good.
And I hope it continues on for a long time.
We do too. We hope you're enjoying these car meets for very long.
Oh, I've enjoyed them, and even though I don't own cars anymore, my friendships are still there.
Very good. Thank you very much.